This is absolutely crazy. Do we live in a dictatorship or a democracy? The extent that the Democrats are trying to go to remove somebody from the ballot is asinine. I am a 33-year-old male, and I've never, ever witnessed a election that is under as much scrutiny as it has been the last couple times with Donald Trump. To me, it proves that we need somebody that didn't grow up in the system, that's a businessman, love him or hate him. He was not groomed in politics to be the president. So let's hear what is going on.
We just got some breaking news out of Colorado. We're going to stay with Christy Greenberg and Hugo Lowell to talk about it. The Colorado Supreme Court ruling that Donald Trump has now been disqualified from being on the primary ballot.
Disqualified. Whatever happened to we get a vote for the people? To me, that is democracy. But if you're taking the Supreme Court and having other people make decisions for us, what is the difference? What separates us from a Chinese government? What is going on? We've got these new things coming on with the social credit score where you're not going to be able to spend your money past a certain time, or you're not good enough for this, and you stay out late too much. Oh, you drink too much. That is where we're headed. This is absolutely scary that our whole judicial system is falling apart. To me, when you're trying to disqualify somebody, you think they're going to win. You think they're going to win. This is the last resort that the left has to try to remove this guy. They've tried to have him removed from office. And now the whole thing is the insurrection against the Capitol. Where, why would he have an insurrection against himself? It's silly. Absolutely silly. They are scared he is going to win, so they want to intervene and make sure that he's not even allowed to compete.
For the GOP, again, this breaking news out of Colorado. Donald Trump, as we know.
What's interesting, yes, I'm going on a tangent here, is the whole Democrat Party is designed and stands for, hey, that's not fair, let's make it fair. And what are they doing? They're trying to bend the rules to make it not fair.
Was fighting to be able to be on that primary ballot. The Colorado Supreme Court now issuing a 200-something page opinion that we've just got. And we're going to go back to Christy.
Whose job is it to write a 200-page report about some bullshit? Really?
Christy Greenberg and Hugo Lowell. I know, guys, you haven't had a chance to look at it. We're looking at it right now. It's 217 pages. But, Christy, I want to start with you on this particular issue. This is not the first state that there's been an attempt to be able to disqualify Trump being able to be on the ballot. But what's intriguing about it is that it's now being done in a way where the judicial system is having a say in terms of whether or not somebody can be on a ballot. Your thoughts about what we're hearing coming out of Colorado at this time?
Well, it is an interesting decision because the Colorado District Judge, Sarah Wallace, last month when she made her decision, she had a really puzzling decision where she found, based on the evidence, that Trump had engaged in insurrection, but essentially said, well, Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, it doesn't apply to presidents. He's not an officer such that it applies to him, which was a really...
The whole thing is asinine, absolutely asinine to me. Again, I am a young man that has started a small family, and you want to vote for your leaders that you want to represent this country. And if you lose, you lose. That's just how it is. You can't always get your way, but I was always grown up being told that you fight fair. You fight fair. In business, in politics, as I get older, it's not about fighting fair. It's about fighting dirty. And that's exactly what they are doing, at least the Democrat Party. I'm sure the Republicans are guilty for some sort of stuff, but guys, it's 2023. The internet's been around for 30 years. How is it that I still have to mail in my ballot, snail mail it, and there's no tracking information on when it was received? and I don't get an email notification. I don't get any transcript of, hey, I submitted my vote for such and such on such and such date as a timestamp here. Go to the county, I get a sticker. Might as well just give me a damn lollipop and say, hey, you voted. Which at this point, I don't believe my votes count. Because what happened last year? Voter fraud, everything. And they want to say that, oh, just trust us. Just trust us. What are the worst words in the human language, or the scariest words? It's, hey, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? It came from all this stuff. And it's just starting to shed light because there's so many people nowadays that have a voice. You have podcasters, you've got influencers that have millions, tens of millions of followers that get millions, hundreds of millions of views, where they can share their opinion and go, hey guys, it's not really what you're seeing on the news. The news is biased towards what's in between sections, what's in the commercials. They have funders that they're having to pay for, so they say nice things about. Right now, we're in the midst of an information war with Facebook, aka Meta, and you got Twitter or X, and all Microsoft, and all these big tech companies that have our data, Apple, and they share our data with everything, and they send us ads and all this stuff that makes us feel like, hey, that's what I want. Hey, did you see this? It's all about instant gratification, and we feel like experts. It's a cognitive bias when you see something and you instantly feel like you're a professional at it or something, and that's what all these big tech companies, they strive on. And right now, we're in the midst of a new era when it comes to decentralization with cryptocurrency, yet the news and everyone talks so down upon it because it's hard to control. They want to make sure that you fall in line as a number. And this is exactly what's going on with the election. Trying to remove somebody from the ballot so that they can't even compete fairly. That's not a democracy. That's the farthest thing from it. Like, what is this becoming? What am I going to teach my children that, hey, that's just how it is? And as they grow up, if this stuff gets, if the left and even the right get away with this kind of stuff, well, they're just going to fall in line. I mean, if the pandemic showed anything, it showed that billions of people were willing to do whatever the government said. This is incredibly scary. And this is the reason as to why we do need somebody like Trump in office that wasn't born into a political system, that knows how to play, that has been brainwashed to say yes to this and no to this and fall in line. There is smart contracts out there on the blockchain that execute things immediately once such and such algorithm is complete. AKA, if I wanted to log in online, use my social security number and vote for whoever I wanted to, whether it's Biden or Trump, boom, you'd be able to see, hey, Johnny voted for such and such on such and such date, boom. You can't argue that. And then having a live count, why do I have to wait for MSNBC or CNN to see these mumbo jumbo, hey, the president's at 55%, oh, you won this state? I don't believe it. Absolutely don't believe it after all this stuff. 100%. And with our current president, he's just a face. The dude can't even complete a sentence. And yet he's leading one of the world's strongest countries in the world. He's the face for 360 million Americans. It's a joke. Absolutely a joke. And for all the Biden fans out there, is your bank account bigger? Is real estate cheaper? Are you poor today? Are you more of a middle class citizen? Are you close to becoming an upper class citizen? What is it? What? Because the rich, after the pandemic and everything that's been going on the last 3 years of Biden's presidency, is the rich have gotten richer. It's not fair, right? To me, I'm sounding kind of like a liberal saying this stuff isn't fair. But look who we're talking about right now. We're talking about somebody being removed from the ballot because they let everyone into the Capitol and they decided to, hey, you got to fight for what you believe in and come get into one of the world's most secure places right now. And it's just, it doesn't make sense. It's a lie. It's an absolute lie. I'm appalled at what I'm hearing. And I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. This is the exact reason as to why, love him or hate him, we need somebody like Trump in office. How were you doing financially? How much excess money did you have when he was the president? Because he wasn't willing to fall in line to even his own party. He got good people around him. Even if he's a knucklehead, he's like, hey, I might not know the answer, but I know 10 people that can help find the answer that are much smarter than me. That is somebody that we need running the country. We don't need this just blank canvas running the country. Let me know what you think